Hey, Coach. Know this weekend Tennessee's coming in with a team that likes to run a little bit. I know yesterday they were, I think, second in the conference. They've dropped a couple spots. But how important has Mikey been, and how have you seen his arm and his throws down to second improve as he's been here in Aggieland? Because I feel like even this season it's been just even more of an asset than it has been before.
Well, I think both he and Taylor Smith have done a great job stopping the running game. And at the end of the day, I think it all starts on the mound. And our pitchers doing a great job of, changing their timing, changing their tempo, being quick to the plate, and giving both Mikey and Taylor an opportunity to throw the guys out they're supposed to throw out, the missed hit and runs, the guys that don't get a great jump. And I don't know, I haven't looked awful hard at it, but I would say we're as good as any in the conference as far as stolen base percentage against.
In our time talking to him, Mikey seems like he's a pretty unique guy. What is what is he like in the locker room, off the field, and as you've gotten to kind of know him as a person?
Well, he's a wonderful young man and very mature. He's a great leader, and I do feel like coaching is in his future. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to play beyond Texas A&M, but I do feel like at some point he's got a chance to impact young people as a coach in this game. And he's that knowledgeable of the game, and guys just tend to gravitate toward him, not just on the field or in the dugout, but just even in the weight room and out and about. I mean, guys like being around Mikey Honer.
And what are your thoughts? I'm sure you probably think positively of the mustache trend that's outbroken on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've kind of gone with it too. I don't know that we've had to talk about it. I just decided the goatee should go on Sunday morning before we head to the field, and it's 2-0, so we'll let it ride for a while.
Do you have any opinions on who can grow the best stash?
I know a stewardess on the way home asked Mikey if his mustache was real, so I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. I would think it's negative.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Hey, Coach, considering what you guys did in the final two games against Arkansas and then in the midweek contest last night, do you feel like your squad's confidence is back at a level where it has to be to compete with some of these top teams in the SEC?
Well, I do. I mean, losing the heartbreaker on Saturday night to Arkansas the way we did, and for us to have enough gumption to come out to the field on Sunday and do whatever it takes to find a way to win, and it not be easy, just says a lot about the glue of our team. And last night, a tough night to hit. We did a great job offensively, and we're at home this weekend. 3 of our last 5 series in SEC play are here at home, and we must take care of business here at home if we're going to put ourselves in any kind of position to get to the postseason. I mean, we need to have a strong run this second half. Our guys know that, and we've put ourselves in this position, and everybody can take ownership of it, whether it's been offensively, defensively, on the mound, and certainly on the coaching side of it as well. We all need to be better in every facet moving forward this second half.
And you kind of touched on it, but when does that urgency start to sit in, Coach, knowing that there's only so many series left before postseason rolls around? Well,
I mean, the next series is the most important, and I just keep telling the guys, your one good day turns into 2 good days, turns into a great weekend, and all of a sudden you put 2 or 3 of those together, and you're right back in the middle of this thing. And that's, if you can see that and feel that, you've got a shot. And it's about making our guys understand that's reality, and that's the reality of this league. It's it's the matchup. It's when you catch the other team, how they're feeling, how they're going, where they're at as a team, and where you are as a team. And so much of it is a given week. And that is the challenge of this league. And for us as coaches, keeping it in perspective for our guys, that your one good weekend turns into 2, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of this thing. And that's how quick things can turn in this league.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Coach, are there things you think your team learned last weekend against Arkansas that they can take into this weekend as you get set to face another top 5 opponent?
Well, I mean, every time you go into SEC play, I mean, it's a street fight throughout the weekend. It's not a boxing match, and you better be ready to get after it. We were on our heels on the mound and offensively too in game 1 against Arkansas. By the time we got ready to get in the middle of the fight, that game was over, and there was nothing we could do about game 1. And then game 2 and 3, I felt like we were in a street fight with them, and gave ourselves a chance for those 18 and a half innings. And so, you know, if we can play with that level of intent, then we've got a shot. And we certainly need to do that at home and doing it in front of the 12th man.
When you look at Arkansas, or excuse me, look at Tennessee, what do you guys have to do well to have success this weekend?
Well, we're going to have 3 great starts on the mound. We cannot have a hiccup in one of those games and have to go to the bullpen into the second and third inning and expect to have any semblance of success. We've got to have all 3 guys get us into the 6th inning with a shot to win, and just continue to give some timely hits. And we did that on Sunday. We certainly did that again last night, and that's what we're going to have to do. Tennessee is not going to give away free base runners. They're the stingiest pitching staff in the league by a long shot. We're going to have to hit our way into some innings and out of some innings and get some big hits along the way. Offensively, they just seem to get a lot of timely hits. I think they got a guy hitting in the 7 or 8 hole that's got 8 home runs in conference play alone. And, you know, they kind of go as the guy at the top goes. And we're going to have to do a good job controlling Spence at the top.
Thank you.
Coach, when you scout Tennessee, who are some names that pop out to you, guys that you really have to work hard to neutralize this weekend?
Well, it's like I said, Spence and Rucker and their right fielders, a left-hand hitter's got a very fast bat. We're going to have to do a great job controlling those top guys. And like somebody said earlier, I mean, they're going to run a little bit more than maybe most SEC teams will run. So we have to get the leadoff hitter, and they will short game a little bit and try to apply pressure each and every inning. Tony does a very good job with the offense.
Seems like they do put the game in motion quite a bit, play pretty fast. How crucial does it become to play crisp and clean defensively this weekend for you guys?
Well, I think the key for us more than that is being able to get the leadoff hitter. And we have not done a great job of that the last 2 weekends. And if we can get the leadoff hitter and not allow them to start up that offense, like you said, with bunts and hit and runs and just running and pressing, then we've got a shot. But if we don't do that, we're going to put ourselves behind the 8 ball certainly this weekend. We've got to get the leadoff hitter on the mound.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, I assume this is with all baseball teams and players, but what do you think about your team's short-term memory? I mean, you go out last week and get, like you said, boat race, and then they come back and fight their tails off. Is that something with this team that's different, or is that just baseball players have to have that type of mentality?
Well, I think SEC players have to have that type of mentality if you're going to survive in this league. If you don't, it will absolutely suffocate and overwhelm you. And I think we as a staff have done a great job of trying to keep things in perspective, trying to keep their nose pointed forward, trying to keep them feeling good about themselves. And the leaders on this team have done a great job validating that within the locker room and in the dugout, and continuing to throw some haymakers and stay in the fight. If you can do that long enough, usually those teams will come out on top.
Coach, one more quick one. How well, or what kind of relationship do you have with Coach Vitello? And see, I mean, he's had a pretty quick rise to success in his head coaching ranks in his time at Tennessee.
Yeah, Tony and I have known each other for a long time in the Big 12 when he was at Missouri and I was at Nebraska, and then obviously being here in his time at TCU and at Arkansas. Tony does a great job, and he's a great recruiter, and his teams always have an edge to them and play incredibly hard, and they're a reflection of him. So, yeah, I've known Tony for an awful long time, even back to his days as a player at Missouri, honestly.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else for Coach?
All right.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.